Hello and welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 283 for the week of November 10th. I am Alca7raz and joining me as usual is Nemesis.
Hey there.
Hey, yes. It is November.
Yes, it is.
November, yes. So that means it's totally time to start Christmas stuff, right?
Of course. Well, for the Hallmark channel, you started back in October.
Yeah. God, I hate it so much. Like, the minute November hits, all the stores is just Christmas stuff. Everyone's like, you have a whole month, more than a month, until we even get there.
Doesn't matter.
You're just going to skip Thanksgiving entirely now, I guess. Yes, Christmas music has already begun. Decorations already showing up. It's a thing. But yes, we're not here to talk about Christmas, I guess. We are here to talk about ponies, and we do have a little bit of news to go through. Not a huge amount. Things, I guess, are quieting down again.
Yeah.
So yes, we got another episode, some news. We do have a little thing we're going to talk about. We're going to go back to an older episode, finish some stuff up that we still have to get to. And then we have some fan content. We actually have a full load of fan content, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's get into this as we normally do. In news, if you would like to follow along, you can. Find our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. Remember, that's spelled Libsyn. Go there, click the link to this episode, and let's get into this. In convention news, BabsCon has announced Peter New.
Yep.
And GalaCon 2020 is happening August 1st and 2nd, and ticket sales should be up by now.
Yeah. Apparently they were having some weird issues with PayPal recently or something. I saw that on their Twitter. They had some weird issue with they were having trouble with PayPal and they had to accept cards for a little bit.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It may be a weird Europe thing then, because that's over in Germany.
Yep.
Anyway, into fandom news, side-scroller game Fallout Equestria Remains has finally reached 1.0.
Yes, that's the game you've talked about and played a couple times.
Yes, and sometimes I get sucked into it. It's a decent little side-scroller platformer type thing. It's pretty fun.
Now slightly less broken.
Yay, it's the official 1.0 release.
Slightly less broken.
Quote-unquote done. Finished version. Speaking of games, Francis Vase and Fulty have made a little pixel art platformer game called Double Time Dash. It's pretty fun. Kind of challenging. Really good song. It uses a song of the same name that was on Ponies at Dawn. So go ahead and check that out. In merchandise news, more toys from that new brushable toy line have been revealed.
No.
Well, yeah, the one that we talked about, was that last episode or was that 2 episodes ago?
That was last episode.
Yeah, last episode. So yeah, a whole bunch of other characters have shown up. So I believe what we have now, Rarity from the last one, and we have Applejack, Fluttershy.
Fluttershy and Pinky were there from the last one as well.
Yeah, Fluttershy was there. Yeah, we have Pinky, Trixie.
Yep.
There's a Twilight, and a new one, Potion Nova, which I've never heard of before. So that one's brand new.
Yep.
Character.
Random character.
So yes, and it's Princess Twilight. It's this. It looks like just a new form of G4, really.
Yeah, the Equestria Daily updated the post last week to say that their source claims that it is not G5 at all, and the fact that Twilight's still an alicorn here kind of backs that up.
Yeah, it looks like it is just a new design.
Yeah, for some reason.
For some reason.
New thing.
So yeah.
It might be actually just straight up be G4.5.
Maybe 4.5. I know that has been pointed at, so and there is a precedent for it.
And Applejack still doesn't have her hat.
Yep.
And there's no dash.
And there's no dash. Some random new person. And Trixie.
And Trixie.
Yeah.
Save my friends and Trixie.
Trixie. I've never even watched Futurama, and I know that one.
Yeah, it's weird. It's also weird because I was like seeing. I find it's just weird finding out that a bunch of G1 fans really hate the G4 designs.
That's usually like you like what you started with. So if you got really attached to G1,
I've seen them plead with Hasbro to make them more horse-like. Please make them return to making them horse-like. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. Is that our form of G1ers?
Yeah. I mean, they are literally G1ers.
They literally are G1ers. I mean, we still have our season 1ers too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just something that's gonna happen in any fandom, really. Moving on into comic news, Apple Books has a preview for Friendship is Magic issue number 84, as well as Feats of Friendship issue number 3.
Yeah, so those will be coming out over the next 2 weeks.
Yep. So we'll have to talk about those.
Both of them next episode.
Yep. As long as, they actually show up.
Yeah, well, one of them should show up.
They
unless
should,
things go
but
catastrophically wrong. One should show up, because one will be coming out actually this week. It's the, release date is the 13th, the other one is the 20th.
Yeah. Things have gone catastrophically wrong before.
Yeah.
But we should be able to talk about them next episode. And in our final bit of news, we have a date for the new MLP movie.
Yeah, the not G4 one.
The not G4, the seg into G5, supposedly. It is September 24th, 2021.
So they pushed it back even further.
Yeah. So it's the end of the year after next.
This is going to be a long time.
This is going to be a long wait.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have to last till spring next 2021. It's like, nope, it's fall now.
Yeah, we were hoping for spring, but
that's what they said before spring.
Yeah.
Well, that means we have an even longer time to figure out what to do.
And let's hope they don't cancel it. Push it back farther and farther and farther.
Oh, well.
Long wait for a train don't come.
There comes a point where it's like, I call it quits, honestly. I'm done. I need to move on.
So yes, let's hope they don't move that back any further. But we'll find out, I guess, in a year or so.
2 years.
Yeah, let's, we get news before.
But 2 years is when it's 2 years from now, more or less.
Yep.
Just shy of.
Just shy of 2 years. Gonna be a wait.
They really shouldn't have canceled Equestria Girls.
They really shouldn't have canceled Equestria Girls. They would have given us something. Unless
we are going to get more Equestria Girls from Boulder or something. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess since that's the last bit of news, we can kind of talk about this a little bit more as an impromptu. They're going to see, I think they're probably going to see a sharp decline in sales. It's going to hurt them for this kind of a wait, unless they do something.
Yeah.
It's going to...
They know what to do. I mean, this happens before with Transformers, for example. When there's no active new media, their Transformers sales drop dramatically. But
yeah,
they know when to weather that. It's like this is one of the things they knew it was coming. Either A, they have a plan for entertainment media of some sort, or B, they're gonna just buckle down and know that MLP sales are gonna drop like a rock for a while.
Yeah, I wonder if it's weird. A new toy line shows up now as well, because I would assume like they
it's
try
not
and
really new. It's just unless depending how you define that, because like it's
part
of G4 still.
Yeah, but it's a brand new style that comes out right as the entire show ends.
Yeah, that's a new subline. Who knows?
Yeah, so it is kind of weird. I would just think like if they're planning on buckling down and just weathering the wait, I would think they try to do some cost-saving measures in the meantime, like don't start making new toys.
Well, they can't really do that because that just makes things worse if they just have the same old toys up on the shelf for 2
right,
years.
But just do something to make up, to try and weather
something. This is just to get people to buy the new thing for a little while. They might have some internet videos, who knows?
Yeah. It'll definitely be interesting.
Like we saw that, what was that weird Pinkie Pie show thing on
YouTube.
Yeah,
that weird 3 Pinky one. Yeah, maybe.
It wouldn't surprise me if that's what they do.
Yeah, if we get more of those randomly shown, because that one just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
no lead
that's
up
what
to
we're
that.
gonna get for a while.
Yeah,
it's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be weird. All right, well, I guess we can move on to the main thing. Like I mentioned, we are gonna go back and look at some of the older episodes that we never did get to, as we've done in the past, and we're finally going to finish up season 1. And we are going to watch and talk about the Stairmaster. So, quick synopsis. CMC go to a sleepover at Fluttershy's house. They make an absolute mess of everything, cause a bunch of trouble, and Fluttershy fixes it.
I guess that's a way to...
This episode. Honestly, it was a fun episode. It really was.
Yeah, it was. To a degree.
To a degree. I mean, it's a season 1 episode. So there's certain aspects you come back and see. Season 1 was a very different beast than what we're used to now with the later seasons. It was a lot simpler. A lot simpler. Things were simple back in the old days.
Okay, boomer.
I suppose we should probably get the elephant out of the room first. Who was the writer for this one?
Chris Savino.
Chris Savino. So there's some problematic parts to the writer.
Boy, howdy is there. We talked about this with the Ghostbusters episode because he wrote that one too.
Yeah. So if you want more details on why it's problematic, you should go find that episode and listen to it. But yeah, there's some problematic issues with the writer. But as far as just the episode as itself goes, I think it's a fairly decent episode. There's a lot of little things in it that are just they're great. Seeing the CMC and they're young and all that squeaky bell, remembering all of that, it's charming, is what I'll say. Now, I will also say a lot of it is nostalgia.
A little bit.
You have to understand the nostalgia goggles are on for this, but there's charm there to it and its simplicity. All the little jokes, visual gags, and things in it. It's a nice episode. It really is.
Yeah. This episode was a source for a lot of some of the, I say, memery.
Oh, there was a ton of memes out of this.
Yeah, there's a lot of that coming out of there. This one. This is also the episode that, of course, introduced the stare to us.
Stare.
Yeah, and the cockatrice as a mythical creature within a. Oh boy, yeah, as a mythical creature in Equestria. Because it's just that's where so we get this whole thing of Fluttershy and Sarah. Although it's interesting, in this she has a line talking about how she doesn't really control, it just kind of happens. And versus later she just totally does it on command.
Yep.
So that was I guess small retcon because of one line.
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, you can if you have to finagle it, you can finagle it. It is a little bit of a retcon still, but if you want to build lore to explain it, sometimes people can. We see this in a lot of places. It's this just natural thing that happens that they slowly learn to control later on.
A little bit. I can vomit on command.
Okay, I wasn't going that direction, but
I just remember from Scrubs, there's a kid he could vomit whenever he wanted to. And that's JG pays him like $20 to vomit in the elevator.
Yeah, that's actually a thing too. But yeah, sometimes people and stories do have that where they learn to control it and are able to do it on command later. So it might not be a retcon. Yeah, she just figured out how to control it,
I guess. But yeah, it's what was the other thing? Yeah, it's also very much a CMC episode, which back in the day was kind of met with a bit of skepticism when we discovered that. I remember I was there, you were not yet.
Yeah, I didn't show up until after this season.
Then you say, I just remember is the good old
it's a CMC episode.
Well, it's gonna be bad. That was the general reaction, which turns out later that was the CMC episodes weren't really the worst of season 1. But yeah, it's
I mean. Was it which one?
Was that
season 2 that had?
That was Cutie Pox, and yes, that was season 2.
Pox, yeah. That was season 2. Over a Barrel was. Yeah.
Same with Ghostbusters. Hey, the other episode that this guy wrote was also turned, as we discovered when we rewatched it. It's actually not that good, is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode is actually pretty fun just because it's kids acting like morons, which kind of always can be funny.
Yep.
Sometimes, otherwise, it can be irritating, depending on context.
Yeah, depends on
this
context.
One is kind of funny because they're just loud and stuff, like to the point.
Boisterous.
They're literally loud.
That too. Yeah, always yelling.
As we see everyone else
cringing ears. It's like, ow.
And the I guess the sound lines and the shaking and there's a low rumble because they're loud. Cutie Mark Crusader. What was it? Cutie Mark Crusader chicken catchers. Yay!
Yeah, Cutie Mark Crusader, lots of things. Chicken rescuers. Was coal miners.
Yeah, coal miners.
There's coal miners. There's a whole bunch
catchers.
Creature catchers. Because that was a very
carpenters. Lots of C's.
I'm just commenting on Sweetie Belle's naming capabilities.
Yeah. And what they said.
What they said.
Yeah, when Sweetie Belle was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're rambunctious and loud. The whole thing was like, oh no, Rarity can't do this. Yeah, they were supposed to sleep over with Sweetie Belle at Rarity's, but then Rarity couldn't watch them because she had to fix stuff because Sweetie Belle cut squares out of her gold silk for their capes, which Sweetie Belle, weirdly enough, mimicked what Rarity said, including it was very difficult to make. Like,
yeah.
Back when Sweetie Belle kind of wanted to be like Rarity.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised that Sweetie Belle kind of didn't get in trouble for that as much as I would expect.
Didn't get murdered.
Rarity was more worried about the fact that, she's going to be later, it's going to take longer than you just did that to my fabric.
You just did that. Why did you do that?
Why did you do this?
Why would you do that?
But yeah, it really was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So many songs that I remember from back in the day took clips from this episode. So going back and watching this episode, I keep hearing all of these different songs that have used clips over again. It's a wonderful nostalgia trip. It really is.
And the actual song of sorts of the episode.
And then the actual
lullaby
song. Yes.
The lullaby version. And then the, I guess, big band version.
Yeah. Michelle Creeber just...
Yeah, because at the time she was Sweetie Belle's singing voice.
Yep, at the time Michelle was singing for Sweetie Belle. Claire only did normal voice work. But yeah, Creeber got to shine for that song.
And this is also the time when their voices were naturally that high pitched before later where they grew up a bit and now they have to pitch their voices up to emulate because
they're older.
They got
now.
older. The characters didn't because boy, that was a bit of a
they did now.
Later, but yeah, finally at the end. But yeah, it was a bit of a confusion. It's like everyone else is. It's like clearly time is passing. Why aren't they getting older?
Yep.
This is confusing. Are they caught in some sort of weird hell where like they have to repeat this?
They never get older. They're always the same age while the world changes around them.
Or something.
Will always be 11. It's like Pokemon.
Oh no. Oh, finally the curse is lifted.
The curse is lifted as he turns to a pile of dust.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, of course, one of the big things was Scootaloo is a chicken.
Yeah, we're going to go there. This is where the Scootaloo chicken joke started.
You knew it was going to come up.
Yes. The Scootaloo is a chicken joke started here.
Scootaloo.
And it never died.
It never died.
8 years
Scootaloo.
plus later, it's because it's this has been only 8 years,
8.5 years for this episode.
Yeah, since that came out. When did this air? This
aired in early 2011.
Yeah, that looks like February 25th.
Yeah,
was the air date.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, well over 8 years later, and the joke still hasn't died.
Nope, it never will.
It's quieted down.
Scootaloo will always be a chicken.
No,
because a chicken is a flightless bird.
Yes, that was a long running joke throughout the show. All the names that they would call Scootaloo were all flightless birds.
Yep.
Like the dodo was another one. Called her dodo, and so it's.
Don't call me words I don't know the meaning of.
What are you, a dictionary? Yeah, it was a long running joke. Flightless bird. Which is really sad if you think about it.
A little bit.
It's like, oh, really? You're just going to make fun of her disability? It's kind of a low blow.
Well, the chicken thing wasn't really about it. It was more about her being a coward, but yeah.
Yeah, that was about being
Nobody calls me chicken.
Yes. It was also because, that's not how you call a chicken.
Yeah. Then, of course, it's pretty obvious she just doesn't know how to do it either, but she doesn't want to admit that.
I know that's not how you do it.
And, of course, Twilight got stoned.
But
without all the fun parts of it.
No. And then had a snail crawl across her face.
Ew.
Yeah. I don't think there's a huge amount more that I can really talk about.
What was the thing about Opal?
Oh, Opal
in this, who's,
rubbing all over Fluttershy.
Yeah, she loves Fluttershy, but for some reason she hates her owner.
Yep. Well, it's Opal.
Yeah, Opal.
She doesn't just hate her owner, she hates everyone except for Fluttershy. Fluttershy is an exception.
So
Opal is a
just be
cat.
like, maybe I can learn how to take care of creatures.
Just
Swipe.
I like that. Just silence and just looks over. Maybe not.
Yep. Oh, Opal smirking.
Yep. And then we had the cat face.
Or of course, what
Opal.
also kicked it off was just Sweetie Belle causing complete chaos with just trying to get a bit of ribbon, and then everything goes to hell.
Everything goes to hell.
I'll just stand over there.
I'll just out of the way.
This is the point in time where she wanted so much to be like her big sister.
Yep.
Before forging her own path, finally.
Yep.
And also the end with Opal just literally just gripping onto Rarity's side, just angry about something or another, for some reason.
Being a cat, just moods all over the place.
Oh yeah, it's called Shh. I'm the world champion.
I'm the world champion. Bet you can't beat me.
I lose.
Me too. Me three.
Yeah. Play to lose.
There was something they did that a lot with the CMC in this episode, like event sequences. One does one and then in sequence the next one and the next one. It's
Hammer.
That was great. And then
Hammer.
Scootaloo, hammer, and then she goes over and grabs it.
Someone should put that thing out of its misery.
That doesn't look like a table. We were building a table?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the thing is, to put that thing out of its misery, I'm surprised that line made it through.
Yeah.
If you think about it. That's one of those things usually S&P balks over, and I guess that one's got through, and it's like, weird.
Maybe they had something else that was different, and then the putting it out of its misery was the fix.
I don't know.
Because sometimes they'll do that as a trick. Put something that you know.
Yeah, I know. But it's something way horrible that you know they will never let through, and then so you can slip the other thing through that you want in.
Yep.
It's a common animator trick, because animation writer trick, because
not even an animation trick.
That's an animation writer trick.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even. It's been used in.
But
like,
animation specifically,
too.
But animation specifically, it's where that's usually because you're trying to get past the censors.
I'm trying to remember what president did that way in the past to get a person selected. They nominated someone just absolutely horrible they knew would never get actually selected, just so that their next pick would, just because it looks a lot better. Yeah. It's a fun little episode.
Fluttershy does a lot of. There's a lot of stuff. I remember, Fluttershy sitting down with her biting her lip because oh no, yeah, or like blowing her hair out of her face. There's that one scene that she did. That one. Yep. Face straight up, yelling no. Also, at the end, Twilight had a prolonged scrunchy face.
Long scrunchy face.
Prolonged, just because scrunchy face.
Yep, scrunchy face. Oh, I think this was the first episode that the Fluttershy's little squee was used too. It started getting reused everywhere.
Might have been.
It may have been here. I can't remember exactly, but I know it was used here. And then the same exact clip was used for like the grins and things like that, even with like other characters. I know Pinky got it too, which I guess works because it's the same voice actor.
I don't even think that was actually a voice for the little.
It may not have been, but I think
that was a sound effect.
The sound effect.
I'm not sure though. Yeah, that was a. I'm trying to remember if that was the first. I could have sworn it was earlier in the season, but I can't remember for certain.
It's been so long. It's hard to remember.
Wait, it was earlier in the season. I think was that earlier?
Which one?
That was Feeling Pinky Keen.
And that did happen earlier. That was
Twilight.
That was earlier than this.
Yeah, Twilight did it when she
by 2 episodes earlier.
That was definitely so. That was earlier. There might even be earlier than that, though. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but I know that one had it because she did the roll, hit the rock, shook her head, and then did the thing.
Yep. Okay. It's a fun episode.
Squeaky bell.
Squeaky bell. Yeah.
Oh, squeaky bell.
Squeaky bell's great. I got nothing else to add.
Yeah,
unless you can think of any other things.
I don't think so. Not really. Nope.
Yeah. Honestly,
it was fun.
It was fun, and I think it held up over time.
It somewhat held. Yeah.
If we ignore the writer.
Yeah, it wasn't for the writer, but
if it wasn't for the writer, but I think overall the episode itself does hold up really well. I guess we can move on we do have some fan content to talk about. Actually, a full load, like I mentioned earlier. So I've got 3 songs. And yes, I'm still working through some of my backlog from all the time we missed. So yes, we're going to start out with John Kenza's Friendship is Magic. This is just a beautiful piano medley songs. It's not what I would expect from Kenza, because Kenza tends to do like electronic hands up bouncy kind of music, and this is just piano. But it's beautiful, and it's a journey basically through the show and the fandom, because it's a medley of songs, both official and fandom songs.
Journey's a bit out of order.
Oh, yeah, but a journey doesn't have to be chronological.
Right. Yeah, it's a piano cover compilation, and yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's official and fan songs. 9 minutes long.
9 minutes long, because there's a lot of songs in there. It was nice how I could actually sit down and write, yep, that's what this song is, that's what this song, I know each and every one of them. But yeah, it's really good. Go check it out. The next one is VocalScore's cover-ish of Where the Magic Happens.
This is where the magic happens. This is where the magic lives. Our friendships weave together stronger. The bonds grow deeper, lasting longer. And the greatest spell you'll know is how the magic of friendship grows. And no matter how much time goes by, the party will still be here. Some fun new games to try.
VocalScorePony has got some pipes on them. They've got some definite vocal capabilities. It is absolutely amazing of a cover, and I think it's a full cover, not just vocals slapped over top of the original, which I know a lot of people do because they don't play an instrument, but they can sing. But no, I'm pretty sure that all the instruments are covered as well, and they did an amazing job. I absolutely love, like, the acoustic guitar is just absolutely amazing in it, and I like what they did at the end, because the ending of this song, you always have to have that little bit of the theme. But in this one, it's like you start off the first half of it with the piano and then switch to the acoustic for the last half.
Yeah.
It was just really well done.
Yeah, it's a mostly acoustic cover, so it's pretty good and got good vocals and stuff. So, yeah, it's good.
It's good. The next one I have, though, this is Join the Herd's remix of The Magic of Friendship Grows. Unlike last episode, this remix does keep a lot of the same original emotion to it. It's still bouncy-ish, it's got a lot of energy, but the emotion is very different. And, well, different from the older one, and it keeps more true to the original. And it is just incredible. It's hard to even describe, but like some of the points that just come out to me are like the opening, the intro with the snare, the opening snares and then leading into the strings is just absolutely incredible. And then as the vocals come in and we add that layering effect at the end of Dash's first line, when it really starts setting in the electronic side and the bounciness, and we start getting those vocal chops that are just incredibly good. And the chorus just, the energy comes in and it hits hard, but it keeps a slower beat. It's not like just really bouncy and hyperactive, and it keeps that emotion. It's just really good.
Okay. Yeah, I like
really
the
like it.
I like the effects at the beginning and whatnot. There's a particular effect they did on the instruments on that. Yeah, it's a pretty good remix. Mostly retains the tone of the original song, so I like that. And yeah, it's part of it. I think is because it doesn't try to intensify things too much. It kind of somewhat keeps a much more of a somewhat. There's a couple bits where it gets a little higher intensity, but
yeah.
It kind of tries to keep things a little calmer overall.
Yes. It's a lot more mellow. It's so far probably.
Please don't feature a remix of this song every single week from here on out.
I don't think I have.
Because I just saw a new one came out today or something like that too.
There was a couple more that came out that I listened to, but this one, when I heard it, I knew this was getting featured because this one came out earlier this week. And right now, I think it's my favorite remix that I've heard so far. It's probably the best one. So yes, those are the 3 songs I have for this week. How about fanfics?
Fanfic, yes. Nothing updated, but got a new one.
Yes.
It's the Pony and Horror Anthology Volume 2 by LoreLove. Yes, I featured the last anthology. I believe it's actually last year. Yeah, so it's, hey, when you know, more horror stories. There's 10 of them this time around. All of them are less than 10,000 words, usually averaging about 7,000 or so, 74,644 words total. Yeah, and all of them are creepy and uncomfortable and unsettling and all that stuff. The fear of the unknown, very Lovecraftian in that regard.
Especially the Trixie one.
Yeah, Trixie one in particular.
Which I think the last set had a Trixie one that was also really had. I'm trying to remember the last set had a Cthulhu one. I don't think that was Trixie as well.
That was Starlight, and that was the one we kind of criticized a bit because it was a little too on the nose.
Yeah, it was too on the nose. This one, though.
This was a lot. I don't think there's a single really bad one in this.
Yeah, I can't think of a single one that was bad.
It's just most of it's just the creeping dread type thing. No real spooky monster is with big teeth or whatever. It's just kind of something's wrong, and I don't like it. That creeping, tingling sensation in the back of your brain just going, something is not right.
Something's off.
This is not how things are supposed to be.
Yeah. I think a lot of the stories kind of had the same pattern.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Not all of them. And they were definitely different enough that I wasn't saying that they're just copying the same story. Definitely not. They all had their own unique takes and flavors, and they're all definitely separate and good on their own. But some of them did seem to have kind of the same flow and pattern, like creeping dread. Something's unknown. It slowly gets worse until they get right to seeing the big bad, I guess, whatever's causing it, and that's when it cuts right before you see it. Yeah, the entity. And what's good is they never show it.
Nope. We only get vague ideas often.
When you're doing the psychological horror like this creeping dread, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's important.
Do not ever actually show the actual entity, or else you will ruin it, because what you put into writing will never be as scary as what the reader's brain has already formed.
Yep.
So you just got to put it so that they can form it in their head and let it sit.
Yep.
And it was done perfectly, I would say.
Yep.
In all of these. Starlight's story was definitely different than the rest, though.
That was a very different. That was
very
a bit of
different
departure than the rest.
That one was unique.
That one is more. That was a bit. It was more. Yeah, that's hard to explain.
That one is hard to explain.
It's more along the lines of someone trying to convince they're the only sane thing happening right now versus everything else is wrong.
I think there's author's notes on every single one of them that kind of give a little bit of thing that was inspired. Some of them were inspired by actually like things that the author has dealt with, or like a repetitive. One of them was like a recurring dream that they've had. It was based on. I think the Starlight one was that fear of not fitting in. So
Yeah.
there's that kind of thing there going on for Starlights.
Well, if you kept waking to a world you didn't belong, only small details of her got progressively worse as always of her fever dream.
Yep.
Yeah. So check it out.
Check it out.
Get yourself. I know it's a bit late, but I had other stuff. It was like this one came about last second, and I didn't have time to read it before Halloween or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it literally all popped up on the 30th of
Yep.
October. So it's like, yep, but still good. Horror's good year round.
Yeah. Especially when you end up reading it late at night because you forgot to read it earlier. So
It's
yes. Go check them out. They're great.
Anyway, Moon's Haunted.
The second one, that's what came
Moon's
to mind with the Luna one. Moon's Haunted.
What?
Yes. So that brings us to the end of the episode.
Yep.
Yeah, hope you liked what you heard. If you did, you can find all of our episodes, past, future, present, at pony411.libsyn.com. Remember, that's spelled Libsyn. So go there, find all of the episodes, RSS feeds, all this sort of stuff. Check them out. You can also find us on various other services such as iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. Just search for Pony411 and you'll find us. Remember, on Google Play, you have to go to play.google.com/music before you search for us, or it won't work. We are also on YouTube, youtube.com/pony411. Go like our videos there, comment on them, let us know what you thought, and make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell so you get notified whenever our new videos go up. You can also find us on Ponyville Live. Amongst all of the rest of the shows they have there, we are included, so if you use that, you'll find us. And we also air on Ponyville FM every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, so tune in then to hear us. Or tune in whenever else you want, because it's a great place to find fandom music and live DJs, so check them out. If you'd like to contact us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com, so that's comments, criticisms, suggestions. If you want us to take a look at something and talk about something, send it our way. We'll take a look and consider it. No guarantees, but we will consider it. If you just want to say hi or tell us what you thought about this episode, you can email us there as well. That works. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Go like our page there. We'll post updates when they happen and such like that. You can also find us on Twitter. We are at Pony411. Follow us, tweet us, see us tweet whatever nonsense we happen to tweet. It works for saying hi really well, kind of stuff. You can also...
How's it going?
How's it going, fellow kids? You can also find our personal Twitter accounts. I am at Alca7raz with 7T and an underscore at the end, and they are at Nemesis Prime 1. So follow us there, see us tweet or retweet, because that's apparently all I ever do. So yes, that is the end of our episode this week. Hope you liked what you heard. Hope you tune in 2 weeks.
Yep,
because
2 weeks.
we're now again
Back on bi-weekly.
Back to bi-weekly after the weird little Equestria Girls thing. So back to bi-weekly. 2 weeks, next episode. Hope you tune in then.
We talk about pony stuff.
Gonna talk about pony stuff, because that's what we do on Pony411. Exactly what kind of pony stuff? Well, you'll have to wait and find out, I guess. So, remember, until then, please, pony responsibly. See ya.
Bye.